Alright, so this is going to be What If Natsu was in Naruto Part 1. So basically how I'm going to make this work is I'm going to have to change things around with Natsu. I'm going to make him about the age of 16, physically appearance-wise. He's actually over the age of 400 still. If you watch Fairy Tail, of course you would know this. But he's going to, instead of being 24, he's going to be about the age 16. I'll say he looks the same though, because why not? And I'm going to make not only him be around, I'm gonna have him be. I'm gonna have Wendy be around as well, but she's gonna be about the same age as him, physically, of course. So now, Naruto is going to go exactly through the exact same things all the way up until 13, when Wendy and Natsu show up into Hidden Leaf. They both have trained with dragons, of course, and they're extremely rare. So rare, in fact, that no one basically knows of them. And these guys don't have chakra though. That's they never. The only reason they were accepted by the dragons is because of the fact that they don't have chakra. So they still have their abilities. And if you didn't know, Wendy is able to heal with hers and all that. She has healing magic. And Natsu, he is able to eat other flames and he's able to do like flame magic and he's quite durable. So now, Naruto is going to end up meeting Natsu and Wendy by them actually. He's going to be like roaming around the village, of course. And as he's roaming around the village, he sees them being stopped by the head guards. And they're saying that they can't be entered without proper identification and being okayed. They'll eventually get okayed because of Naruto getting the third Okage, seeing as how these guys look mysterious. And he's quite curious of them. So I'm going to say Natsu acts exactly the same. And I could see this being quite leading to a quite good friendship between him and Naruto. So now, sorry, my throat. So now him and Naruto are. He's going to meet Naruto after once he's okayed to be led into the village. He told the guards properly that he was just visiting. He likes to. Him and Wendy, they travel around the world. Recently, of course, because they've been left by someone close to them. Now, how they met was they both were adopted by the dragons, of course, and after they disappeared, Natsu ended up coming across Wendy, and they kind of just stayed allied at that point on, and they just been traveling the world together. They've been to multiple villages. They've been to the Sand Village, I'll say. They've been to the Water Village, and no, not Water Village. The Mist Village, village hidden in the mist. They've been there. Now it's the Leaf's turn. They're visiting the Leaf and they come across Naruto. Hey kid, Natsu would ask, you think you mind showing us around this village? Naruto, of course, being eccentric, would be delighted to. I mean, sure. He would walk around showing them everything. He would end up showing them the ramen shop and he'd say, this is the best ramen you'll ever taste. And of course, Natsu would stop and fill his gut full because, Natsu would eat it. Because Natsu loves eating. From that one scene in Fairy Tail when he first met, what's her name? Lucy. He ate a bunch. So then Tuichi would say, bring your friend back no matter, another time, Naruto. After Naruto empties his wallet because he actually paid for them. Now, Naruto's going to ask if they're ninja. Are you guys ninja? No, we're not ninja. You would see Natsu say, staring at Wendy. She gives like like a confirmation nod, because Natsu is quite dull at times. He shares that in common with Naruto. So now, Naruto says, well, do you guys want to spar? And Natsu's like, oh boy, do I? Because, he's still down for fighting. So now Naruto and Natsu are going to be getting into a fight, and Naruto's outclassed easily. Natsu doesn't even use his fire magic, he just easily beats him in taijutsu. Naruto says, you must be a ninja, honestly, you're extremely powerful. And I'm going to say that the third Okage had men watching them, and just by this, they see him as classified as potential shinobi, and this could be good for their village. So they're gonna ask him, they're gonna recruit him and say, "Would you guys like to actually become genin, possibly?" And I believe Wendy would say, "Well, we have been traveling for a while. It wouldn't hurt to rest for a while, just in a village, and we could help him out this way. Plus, it might be fun." Natsu would agree. We could fight a lot. So now they're going to actually stay, and they're going to be put into the academy for one day, the day of the announcements. They walk in, people look at them, and they're quite surprised to see 16-year-olds in such a academy for like 13-year-olds. They think, wow, these kids must be quite stupid. Now, when the teams are announced, the teams are going to be Naruto Uzumaki, Natsu, and Wendy. I don't know their last names, and I don't really feel like looking them up. So these three are going to be placed on the team instead. And I'm going to say Sakura and Sasuke, and one more person will be on the team. You could fill in that last person. Probably going to be a random person. Who's going to be these guys' instructor? It's going to be Kakashi. He may have the Sharingan and would be a better fit for Sasuke, but I'm going to say he's still on this team so because of the fact that he was had a relationship with the fourth Okage, who is Naruto's father. So now, Naruto is actually going to, when they're brought up to the roof, Naruto's going to have the same exact goal and everything. Now, Wendy's going to have a goal of just saying, well, I like hanging out with Natsu. I hate being alone. And my goal, I don't really have a particular goal. Natsu says, I love fighting. I love training. I enjoy hanging out with Wendy. I hate stuck up people who think they're stronger than they actually are. And I don't really have a goal either. So then they're going to be told not to eat, and Naruto is going to react the same way he did before. Natsu's going to react not really caring because of the fact that he eats fire and he assumes that he doesn't know what this guy is, and he probably could starve himself. So he would follow the directions, so would Wendy. Wendy would make sure he follows the directions. When they get there, the bell test is going to start. Instead of these two actually disappearing, because they're not shinobi, they weren't trained to be like ninja. They weren't told to go and hide. So they're going to actually confront Kakashi along with Naruto. Naruto's going to be rushed forward and he's going to get easily, blatantly beat. But then you see Natsu join in. He rushes towards Kakashi, extremely strong. He's actually on par with Kakashi taijutsu-wise. Not skill, but speed and strength. He rushes forward and he lands a punch, and Kakashi is easily forced to put his book away, just so he didn't completely get like a gut-wrenching punch placed on him. So he kicks back Natsu. Natsu is like, I'm all fired up now. Gets up, and then he says, I don't know he does like the fire stream, the fire, when it's kind of like a fireball jutsu, except he's just spitting out fire. I'm sorry, I don't remember right now. He spits out the fire at Kakashi with his hands towards his mouth, and Kakashi is kind of confused. This isn't a fireball jutsu. He didn't weave any hand signs. And he sees like the actual magical sign. He's really confused. Now, Natsu actually is doing really good damage towards Kakashi because Kakashi gets hit by this and his arms begin to get singed a little. His clothes are starting to tear up, and he is forced to pull out his Sharingan. When he rushes at, and he does a fireball jutsu. Fire style, fireball jutsu. Natsu just eats it. Kakashi's astonished by this. Naruto's astonished by this. Wendy just yawns. Natsu begins to get a more powerful aura, and his flames are bursting from his body. He's like, that tasted great. I haven't tasted flames like that in a long time. I like you, Sensei. He rushes towards Kakashi, landing a gut-wrenching punch. Because this fire increased doubled his speed and doubled his strength. And he literally just ended up knocking out Kakashi with just one punch. You might say that's not fair, but I'm going to say it was the fact that Kakashi wasn't expecting this. He didn't know about his magic and how he could absorb basically and eat fire to gain more strength. When Kakashi wakes up, he doesn't have the bells and he says they pass. But he does ask how Natsu has this ability. And Natsu's going to explain. He's going to explain that he was adopted by a dragon named Igneo. And so was Wendy by another dragon. They met a long time after they disappeared, and Naruto, he's going to explain that some people have chakra and he doesn't. Neither does Wendy. They have magic. Now Kakashi doesn't believe this magic thing. He's like, magic? That's not true. There's no such thing. But he's gonna be forced to believe it once Natsu continues to show him like the seals, like the seal type things of the, I forget what they're called. Like the visual of the magic seals exactly like that. He's gonna see and he's gonna be forced to believe. He's gonna be astonished by this. Dragons actually exist? You have an extremely extraordinary power. I hope you know that. Kakashi would state. It sucks you don't have chakra, though. It would be very useful. Natsu just kind of shrugs it off. Who needs such a meaningless thing anyways? My flames are all I need. That's gonna be the end of part 1. Part 1 wasn't the best, but it will get better because I had to explain everything more or less. So it wasn't more of like a normal what if type feel for me at least. So the next part, it will show, I'll go more in depth with their abilities, such as like using more fights, because the next part comes down to the Zabuza arc. That's going to be pretty good, in my opinion. I feel like he will be a pretty good match for Zabuza. Maybe Haku. Who knows? Maybe his flames can actually melt Haku's ice mirrors. Never know. Stay tuned. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications if you enjoyed my content. Smash the like button.